Hello, beautiful beings. It's Andrea Foulkes. I've been in Cornwall for quite some time and I'm back in Glastonbury for one night only. I'm going to visit my dad. I want to talk about the false light matrix. And I had a client today who's probably very reflective of where we're at, and it's very difficult to explain this to people. You know, I've been doing the inner journey work on myself and with clients for 22 years. And it takes a lot of work to be able to see through the false light matrix. And there's no right or wrong on the path to getting to the point to be able to see it. But it's a lot of kind of shocks when people are awakening. And, you know, it's like being ka-chung, 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 you know, it's so tricky when people are smoking weed because that can lead to paranoia. You know, it's difficult when their beliefs are that they're going to ascend without having done this inner alchemy work on themselves. So often people think that by going to, yay, ascension groups, you know, woo, it's this energy and we're going to all ascend, woo, you know, you're not going to ascend if you have not done this inner work on yourself. And I'm going to say it, you know, you're not going to ascend taking frog poison. You're not going to ascend smoking wacky backy, you know. All the drug thing is not going to help you ascend. You have to reclaim your soul shards. This is deep emotional inner work. There is no shortcut to this. This is deep, deep inner work. Facing your inner child, reclaiming your soul shards. Yes, you could potentially do this on your own, but it's very tricky to heal the inner child on the level that you need to do this. And yes, people are very beguiled to maybe look at past lives, but you have to get to the point where you're in the 0 point field with the past lives. You also have to go into the emotional Akashic records, and it's layers and layers. And that's what I help people with. And you have to have huge levels of discernment, and you have to work towards these huge levels of discernment. And so Metatron is all part of the false light matrix. You have to be the most powerful being in your reality. You know, so calling on beings, yes, there are benevolent beings, but if you don't have huge levels of integrity or discernment, you're not embodying integrity and discernment already, the beings that you're going to draw in are not going to be of the highest vibration and intention. Because you have to heal the wounded aspect of yourself, you know. And I work so much with entities, and I talk a lot about entities. And you have to go back to the emotional cohesion to the human to be able to resolve this. So I had a lady today, and it was very hard for me because she was smoking weed to see beyond even the inner child, because there's like a veil in front of her. And normally, if somebody isn't on wacky backy, they're not doing other things that I would not recommend. You can go into the full Akashic records. You can see past lives, galactic, inner child, ancestral, you know, womb trauma. You can see the whole thing. But if you're doing drugs, it's veiled. It's veiling stuff from you. So sometimes I feel like, you know, it's like popping a bubble of reality for people because they listen to people who they follow, and then they're like, oh, what do you think about this person or this person? And I don't want to look like I'm being a mean person, but those people, some of them, then it's not going to help you. It's just going to take you into this Cubavel, the false light matrix. You know, you have to really understand all the history of humanity. I'm not necessarily the best person to explain that. There are others who are maybe more eloquent at explaining that, like the false demiurge, the Sophia complex, the Whore of Babylon, all this stuff. There are other people who are very, very good at explaining all that matrix. But what I do know is if you keep doing this inner work, you will reclaim your own soul sovereignty. You will increase your vibration, your integrity, your ability to discern, your ability to heal your body. Clearing out emotional trauma will help the dis-ease in your body and, give you confidence, empower you to heal. Looking at your diet, you can't get sick and ill unless you're in an acidic body, so you want to try and keep your body alkaline. And of course you can go on an alkaline diet to do that, but you have to look at your emotions. And although I could advise people on diet and things like that, that's not my big thing. My big thing is to help you go into your emotional Akashic records. So I can do sessions with you on Skype. I love Skype. I don't like the energy of Zoom, so I wouldn't recommend using Zoom. We can record the session on Skype. I see people in person. The sessions I do in person are 2-hour deep regression sessions. The sessions I do on Skype are half an hour and an hour, because that's intense enough. You don't really need to do longer in a session on Skype going into your emotional Akashic records. You don't need to do more than an hour. It's enough, and you need to process that and come back and maybe do another session and go to another layer to reclaim your soul shards. We're taking all of this backlog, past lives, inner child, ancestral, everything's going to the 0 point field, so you can't be emotionally triggered. We're releasing limiting beliefs, fears, phobias, the whole thing back to the 0 point. And in the midst of that, if you're doing regression in person, you might see a deeper story. You might go into the story on a deeper level. Working on Skype or the phone, we're going into the emotion of the Akashic records, and we're clearing that out. We don't necessarily need to see minutiae, fluffy detail of the life. That's not necessary. We need to feel where it is in your body and clear it out energetically with your emotional reaction to hearing the truth of your soul, and clear it with light language as well, because sound is frequency and healing. So I hope that helps for now. I know there are so many false light teachers right now, and they're the ones with the big following. They're the ones with, hundreds of thousands of followers, because it's allowed. When you start telling the absolute truth of the history of this planet and the deceptions, you won't be allowed to tell that in a big way. I know, because I've spoken out on TV. I used to be on TV, and I spoke out and I got shut down. So I sort of carry on doing what I'm doing, but I know what happens to the people telling the truth. And also, people are stuck in the deception right now. They really want to believe in things. Like today, I was explaining to the lady about Melchizedek and how that's not a positive thing. And, it's like taking sweeties from a child, because they're like, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. But they haven't done the research, and they also haven't done the emotional inner journey work. And most people haven't really healed the inner child, and they don't understand the depths that you have to go to heal the inner child. And, that is one of the things I'm gifted at doing, is helping people slough back these layers and layers to heal this wounded inner child. You are not going to get out of this false light matrix without reclaiming the soul shards of yourself. And not everybody will be getting out of that. Not everybody is going to go through that process. Some people will be choosing to keep returning here, and that's their choice. It's where you're at. But if you come to me and you ask me certain questions and things, I will use the greatest discernment to tell you the truth of my heart and soul and what I found from 22 years experience. So I don't see anyone posting any questions. Hi, Elias. Hi, Carmel. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Delia, and hi Deborah. Thank you for listening to me and staying with me. So I send you lots of love, and I've got this hat which I love, and I have been wanting to wear this hat, but I don't know how we can wear hats, because every time I wear a hat it's too windy. But I love this hat. I really wanted to wear it while I was in Cornwall, and I was going to go for a walk now, and it's too windy now for the hat, but I love the hat, so I just wanted to show you the hat. If you want to get ahead, get a hat. So much love for now. If you do want to book a session with me, go to my website. If you want to book a Skype session, go on there. Do download Skype first. It's Andrea Foulkes 1 is my Skype, and do email me the days and times you can do. I don't take bookings way ahead of time. I work in the now. So if you want a session, I can probably offer you a session on Skype or the phone within the next 3 or 4 days. I am back in Glastonbury, I think it's the 12th, 13th of July. I'm off to the north now to see my 96-year-old dad for a few days and watch the Wimbledon final with him, because my mum used to like Wimbledon. And so, you know, even though it's part of the Matrix, it's something that is harmless within it, you know? And so I'm going to go and watch that with him. And so I'm back here in Glastonbury for one-to-one sessions. If you want those, they're 2 hours around the 12th, 13th of July. So I had a fabulous time in Cornwall. Much love, many blessings for now. And thank you for listening. And I don't see any questions. So bye for now. Have a beautiful evening wherever you are.